Yeah, good afternoon. You're welcome.
My viewers all over the world. This is Reportera from lakeblast.com, the most updated news portal. Today we have come to Abakaliki Street, a part in Awka under Anambra State. We've come to a school to find out more about the schools, some interesting things about the school, why the school was established, and some of the edges the school has over other schools that are found around this vicinity. So you can join me as we bring you more interesting episode about this. Please, man, can we know your name?
Okay, I'm Melissa Chukuma.
Wow, Melissa Chukuma, that's a nice one. Petra Academy is a well-known school in this vicinity. Could you just give us a brief description about how the school started?
Well, we opened up our doors in 2014 to parents. I had worked in another school for about 14 years, and we relocated from Enugu down to Awka, and I thought it wise to continue with this dream and passion that I had with regards to impacting children. So immediately we came in here, I felt it was something right to do, and we got about getting the place, setting it up, and recruiting members of staff for the school.
Wow, that's a very nice one. Ma, could you actually tell us what was the motivating factor that actually made you to embark on this journey, knowing fully well there are some other schools around this vicinity before the establishment of yours?
Okay, you see, when we talk about education, education is my thing. I studied biology education in school, UNN, and I always wanted to be a teacher. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I love teaching children. I love playing with children. I love everything that has to do with children. So when we got into Awka, I noticed that there were schools here, but what we were looking for in a contemporary school, a school of international standard, wasn't on ground. So I decided to cash into that niche, to bring in a school that would have all of the facilities that the children needed. Not just that, we'll have hands-on learning, we'll have personal form of teaching for the children where each child's lesson is individualized. So you find that here what we do is we teach children for themselves. We don't teach the general class. So every child is followed according to his or her pace here, and it helps to make children, get past every challenge that they have, and they begin to perform so well in school. Again, we've introduced a lot of things and activities into schooling here in Anambra State that is majorly not available here. Currently, our pupils are taking classes in coding, programming, robotics. We have swimming classes for them. We have all sorts of clubs and club activities for the children, and they are exposed to a lot of knowledge, on-site knowledge through excursions. So you find that most of the things that are taught, they are practical based. The children are found doing something with their hands, and it doesn't just end there. We take it a little bit further. We get children themselves to come into class and then take a particular content or lesson and try to develop it themselves in front of the other pupils. So you find that leadership skills is something that we are inculcating in children here. Ability to speak in the public, ability to express themselves boldly without any form of fear. The children just enjoy their lessons here. And then of course the teachers, they are fun to be with. They make out time to bring things down to the level of the children and to ensure that every child is carried along.
Wow. Going by your explanation and everything you've just did, I can actually deduce the fact you're a born teacher. You're a born teacher. That's a nice one of you. Now, while we are going through some of your flyers, I saw some of the packages that the school offer, which of course you've actually put us through. I believe that in the actualization of this program, there are some challenges that both you and your staff encounter. Could you actually tell us some of the challenges you encounter while trying to deliver these packages, and to what extent have you actually surmount those problems?
Well, business in Nigeria is, it takes the grace of God to do business in Nigeria. And when it comes to education, because education is a sensitive type of business, in education we deal with lives, we're molding lives. You find that if you're not careful with how you handle the challenges that you meet, if you're not careful with the time frame that you have for dealing with such issues, before they really get bad, the children will be affected.
Exactly.
So we've encountered a number of challenges, really a number of challenges. For me, coming into awka, one of the major challenges I had with setting up the school was getting the right quality of staff. You see a lot of graduates with certificates moving around and you put them to test. Most of them fail the test woefully. Most do not have a good command of English. They can't even speak well. They can't write well. And so it was challenging getting the right set of staff. And then we had to pass them through a whole lot of trainings to get them up to standard and then updated with what you can find elsewhere in the world. And so some of these are a few challenges. The other has to do with funds, really. We want to give the children the best. We want to equip our classrooms with the best that you can think of. We would want a classroom that looks like what you can get in a very good school somewhere in America or in the UK. That's the kind of standard we want here. But sometimes fun can be a limiting factor here. And so what we do actually is to work as per what is the most important thing that we need. And we've been able to, over a period of 5 years, procure basically almost everything that we need. We have spent money on interactive devices. We've bought tablets for children.
Wow.
And these are not tablets that they take home anyway. It's something they use in school. Their parents are supposed to provide theirs at home for them. We've been able to buy computers, desktop computers, laptops, and all that. And all of this costs money. Okay? And the funding is not something easy. If, for example, you go to a bank, you say you want to take a loan, forget it. They will waste your time. Finally, you may end up not having that loan. So what we've done is to take things one at a time. We've not been able to gather everything we needed once. No, that's not what we did. We had to provide according to necessity and then according to the time when we needed such things. That's basically what we've done.
Wow. You are indeed an Amazon, honestly speaking, and I enjoy every bit of my interactive section with you. When you are talking about some of the challenges that you've encountered while trying to be about this school, one of the challenges that stood out of others is employability of teachers, the quality of the teachers, because there's something I so much believe. There's a Latin magazine that says, "Nemo dat quod non habet." You can't give what you don't have. The quality of a teacher determines the overall success, all-round success of the pupils and the students alike. Now, could you actually tell us, do you have any minimum requirement for the employability of teachers in your institution?
Oh, of course. The minimum requirement for working in Petra Academy is that you have to be a graduate. You may have studied education in school. Some that haven't studied education are employed as class assistants. They are graduates, but they are employed as class assistants. So we have teachers here with master's degree. We actually have teachers that are working on their doctorate degree program right here in this school. So, but the minimum requirement is that you must have a BSc or a B.Ed from any well-known university in Nigeria.
Training are inevitable.
That's
So
right.
what are the necessary packages or skills that your school has in order to upgrade the teaching nature of the quality or the nature of the teacher? What are the comprehensive packages, skills that you have for the overall betterment of your teachers?
Well, when it comes to training is my thing. I say it's my thing because I'm a consultant in the field of education. So I train school owners, I train teachers all over Nigeria. I have a group, a WhatsApp group that covers school owners all over West Africa that I mentor and I coach.
Wow.
So, I mean, if I'm training the teachers of other schools to give their best, you can imagine what is happening in Petra Academy.
Wow.
So training for us is something that we do almost weekly when we gather together to talk about the challenges we had for the week, and then we propose solutions to such challenges. Everybody just brings out what he or she feels should work. What are the best practices to solve that particular challenge? And then officially, we also organize for training. So I could come in, train them on certain topics. We also bring in consultants from other parts of Nigeria. In fact, recently, this term, we called in a diction, phonics, elocution, and reading consultants to come in and retrain our teachers, because they've been trained on phonics and reading and diction before, but I feel that occasionally you just have to get back again as a refresher course, to help the teachers remember again what they've learned before, and then maybe to learn one or two new things. So every term we work with it. By the end of the term, we have already organized. We're looking at maybe bringing in someone who is going to train them again on Nelson handwriting.
No.
Nelson handwriting is the official handwriting of Petra Academy. Our teachers have been trained for it, but we're going to bring in someone else again, a consultant from Lagos, all the way from Lagos, to come in and train our teachers on Nelson handwriting. So the training just keeps going on. Last term we had another consultant coming from Lagos again to train the teachers on emotional intelligence, on classroom management and all that. So we just keep training and retraining. It's something that I believe so much in, and it's something that has really helped our teachers